Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I am really pumped to share this unicorn look with you guys today for Halloween. And this is the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation in soft beige, and I'm using that to start off my look today. And this is the first time I'm testing out this foundation, and I feel like for the price, it is absolutely amazing. Like, I don't know how I have not jumped on this bandwagon sooner. Next, we're using the tried and true Revlon Colorstay concealer in light pale, and I feel like I use this color for almost all of my tutorials, I realized, and I think it's because it is a very warm concealer. It's not very pink, and so it works just like really well with my olive skin tone. Next, for brows, we're going to be a little bit lazy today and just use the Brow Wiz in Ebony. And I feel like I could have picked up a shade lighter that might look better on my complexion, but I don't know, I think it works okay. Setting our eyelids, we're using the A20 Lab eyeshadow in M8 and brushing that all over the tops of our lids. And starting with the Sugarpill Cosmetics color in Frostine, we're going to use that as a transition shade, and it is a really pretty light lavender color. Diving into my favorite color palette, this is the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette, and I'm taking Paranoia and brushing that over that frosting color to give myself a little bit of pink on top of that purple. Next, we're using a Sugarpill Cosmetics eyeshadow, and this one is an Elemental Chaos, and I'm using that to cut out kind of like a wing shape on my eyelids, and then using a thicker brush, brushing that into the center of my eyelids and making sure that it's a little bit darker. Taking a sketch from the Full Spectrum palette, I'm going over the outer corners of my eyes, just kind of trying to get that purple to show up really well against that pink. Taking Gossip out of the Full Spectrum palette, we're going to use a tapered crease brush and brush that all over our crease, making sure that it's very intense, but also, somewhat blended so that it doesn't look absolutely terrible. Using the NYX Cosmetics eyeshadow base in white, we are going to use that to do our cut crease today, and I decided to do this instead of using concealer that I normally use because I really wanted these colors to pop against my eyelids, and I feel like the white worked. However, I feel like with this product, it does transfer or crease or move during the day if you're not careful with it. So I'm actually going to set that with the M8 eyeshadow color, again from A20 Lab, to make sure that whatever I put on top of it stays put and I can easily blend it and all that good stuff. Taking another shade of purple, this is Dare by ColourPop Cosmetics, and just really building that up, trying to get that purple to be nice and intense. And then we're going to use Paranoia and Iced and just give our eyelids a really nice, soft pink, silvery color on those eyelids. For wings, we're going to use the Kat Von D ink liner in Trooper, and I'm trying really hard to sort of follow where I had carved out that wing before using that purple eyeshadow, and I felt like this was a good way to sort of help guide me in my wing, and I think they turned out pretty even, but sometimes you're the only one that can tell, Using the NYX Cosmetics white liquid liner, we're using that on our lids to give it sort of like a neon pop, and we're using that on our crease, kind of where the two colors meet, and then starting on the inner corners of our eyes, brushing that out and tapering it when it reaches the purple. And I'm also using that to trace the bottom of my wings, just to balance out that white, so it's not just like two half semicircles floating in the air there. Using this pressed glitter from Creative Soul Cosmetics in Prismatic. This one is so pretty, you guys. I wish it showed up better on camera, but I'm just trying to be really careful with it so I don't have to clean it up off of my cheeks, because that is impossible to do. But it is this white glitter, and it reflects in 4 different colors depending on how you look at it. Just love it. Popping on our Cara lashes in 510, and then using the Sugarpill Cosmetics in Elemental Chaos and then Gossip out of the Urban Decay palette. We're using those colors to line the bottoms of our lids, of our eyes, purple on the outside and pink towards the inside, and then taking the Iced color and packing that onto the corners of our lids so that we get a little bit of highlighted pop. For contouring today, we're going in with the Makeup Revolution Contour Kit, and I'm only using like the bronzer contour color out of that kit today, and just brushing that on my face to warm myself up. And then, because this is a unicorn-inspired look, I'm taking Elemental Chaos and brushing just a tiny bit of that onto my cheeks, kind of in between where I would put like my contour and my blush, just to give myself a little bit of that purple hue. But for blush, we're actually going to go in with the Becca Cosmetics Luminous Blush in Snapdragon, which is super pretty and just the right amount of glittery, like it's not too bad. The ColourPop Cosmetics Liquid Highlighter in Amethyst is what we're using today to highlight, and I'm just tapping that on with my hands, and a little bit goes a really long way for this. Using Molly out of their Ultra Satin Lip Collection, we're going to use that on our lips, and this turned out to be the perfect color for this look, I think. And their satin lips do tend to dry with a little bit of a matte finish, so I'm going to go back and top that with just a little bit of their Crystal Lip Balm in Amethyst to give myself kind of that a little bit of a purple sheen to sort of emulate that unicorn mentality. But that is it, you guys. That is it for my tutorial. I was actually really proud of this look. I've never tried anything like it, and I really loved it. If you loved it, please give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button here before you leave. Leave me a comment, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye!